What's happening, guys? You're the Game Guru. Today we're going to get into Splendor Duel, variant of the Splendor game in the Splendor universe, where it's a two-player game only. Similar mechanics to the base game of Splendor with some additions. And we'll get into the additions. We'll show you the components, show you how it's played. Here's my sister Marilena, and we're going to do another board game battle on it. I actually like this game a lot. It's fun. We've played this a few times. We've played this, well, mostly at the bar. Yeah, it was enjoyable, and it seems to be very tightly balanced, so it's close. Like, when you get to the end, it's not like one person's got 45 victory points and the other person's got, like, nothing. Every game we've had, we've probably been within, like, 3 points of each other. Something like that, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely like that it's pared down to two people. Sometimes with multiple people, I lose track of who's got what and where I am in the standing. So I like that we can just focus on two. And I do like the addition of the tile piece in the center, which we'll show you. It makes it really kind of interesting.
Because the base game of Splendor is basically a lot of resource management. You're just grabbing the nobles and you're grabbing the cards you need to build up your engine. This is kind of a similar thing where you're building up your engine, but there are some abilities in this game that you can use to make certain actions. I don't know how popular it is right now. I found this online. I had not seen it actually in the stores unless you go to like a hardcore board game shop. But if you go to like someplace like Target or some kind of like very casual board game place, you won't find this. But it is available online. You can definitely purchase that. So it is a little pricey, in my opinion. For this little tiny box with a very few components, it's probably about $30-some, but it's a fun game. We'll get into it and show you guys. All right, so here we are. We got Splendor Duel set up. One thing you'll notice at the very top, it's very similar to the base game of Splendor, where you have the 3 different rows with the same colors for the backs of the cards. Now, this setup is a little different, in which case the bottom row ends up having more cards than your second row, and the second row has one more card than your top row, which is usually the most expensive cards that you can buy. Down here we have a grid, and this grid has all the tokens that you can acquire during the game. You can't really see it on here now because all the tokens are on here, but there's actually a kind of like a spiral, like almost like an arrow spirally thing, which shows you how you're supposed to refill the grid with these tokens from a bag. And there's a bag over there that these tokens get shoved in. You pull the tokens out, and then you can put them on the board. Here we have nobles, just like the regular game of Splendor. This Splendor Duel also has nobles. So let's take a look at the nobles here and show you what is on the card anatomy. So up here you have the points that the noble's worth. You have an ability that the noble will give you once you end up acquiring this noble. Down here as well, you have the crown values, and you have what, 3 and 6.
These cards also have crowns on them. So this has 2, this has 1. So once the way you collect the nobles is once you get 3 crowns, so once you purchase jewel cards that add up to 3 crowns, so this one and this one, you get to pick a noble. And then when you get your 6th crown, you get to pick another noble. And then if somebody acquires 10 crowns, that's game end. So the way that game end comes about is if somebody has 20 victory points based on their purchased jeweled cards, or they have 10 crowns, or they have 10 jewel cards of the same color. So if I have 10 points in blue, that triggers game end.
And so one thing you'll see that's different in Splendor Duel is that there are a lot of abilities in Duel compared to the base game of Splendor. The base game of Splendor, it's an engine building, and this is going to be the same type of thing. You have an engine building factor when you acquire certain cards. So like this one, for example, this one will give you 2 of the chocolate colors. In order to purchase this, you have to have 5 whites and 2 blues. And I can never remember the actual thing. I think whites are diamonds and blue are opals.
Sapphire.
Is it opal or sapphire? I can't remember. So, but anyway, each one of these are gems. So you need 2 blue gems, you need 5 whites. And then as you collect these cards, each one it's gonna be the same type of thing. The requirement on the left to purchase, points if they have it, or ability, and then the color that they contribute towards your engine. And as you build up and acquire these cards, your engine is going to generate that number of those jewels in order to go toward future purchases. A lot of these cards will have these purple powers though. So in Splendor Duel, you'll end up having a power which is, in that particular case, it's take another turn. Or in this one right here, you can see this where it's got the hand right there. That is steal a token from another player, or they may have crowns on them, or in this particular one, this is a wild. So you have like a wildflower type thing there. This card you'd end up sticking on top of another card in your area, and then that will actually apply toward the same color, just to give you another one.
Other thing that's different about this game is these privilege scrolls. So there's 3 of them. You can acquire this in a couple ways. So the first way, I think, is the second player to go gets one right off the bat. Another way you can acquire a scroll is if your opponent has to refill the board because there's no gems to collect, or they don't like the gems that are on there, they can get, and there's gems in the bag, you can refill the board.
Yep.
And if you refill the board, your opponent gets a privilege, and these are the things down here. One of your mandatory options is to take 3 gems for your turn. And again, down here it shows you if you take 3 gems of the same color, your opponent gets a privilege scroll. Or if you take 2 pearls, which are these pink ones here. Yep. If you take 2 of these, then your opponent gets a privilege scroll. And what that privilege scroll allows you to do is, at the beginning of your turn, you have 2 optional actions that you can take before you take your mandatory. One of your optional actions is to use the privilege scroll to hand grab anyone you want. So you basically get an additional gem. Your 3 mandatory options are to take 3 gems. So, and then you have to be in order. So basically any 3 gems that are connecting either horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. But again, if you take 3 of the same color, so if I take these 3 blues that are diagonally together, Jim will get a privilege scroll if I choose to do that.
Yes.
The other mandatory actions are to purchase a card as standard or to take 1 gold token. So you cannot take a gold token as one of the 3. So I couldn't do blue, gold, and diamond. Can't do that because there's a gold in the middle. But one of your mandatory actions, instead of picking up the 3 tokens, I can take the gold, and that allows me to reserve a card up here. So if I can't purchase a card, I don't want to take, because you'll see this board will start to dwindle and there'll be gaps, and you can't take 3 gems in a row if there's a gap there. So if there's no gems in a row that I want, I can take a gold card to reserve a card that I'm eyeing so that I can purchase it later. So those are your 3 mandatory actions. Again, you can take those either or both optional actions in the beginning to use a privilege scroll or to replenish the game board. Then you take that 1 mandatory action of the 3.
So let's go ahead and dig in and start playing this game. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
So then you take a privilege scroll.
Okay, so yeah, Madalena's going first. The second player ends up getting a privilege scroll.
I don't have a privilege to use as an optional action. I don't want to replenish the board game because it's already full. So my options are to buy a card, which I can't, to take a gold card to reserve a card, or to take 3. So obviously I need to build up my stash, my bank. So I'm going to pick 3 gems. Let's take a look at these cards first, see which one I want to go for.
I believe there's a limitation in this one too, but
10 gems.
10 gems that you have in your possession, just like the base game.
All right, so I'm gonna take these 3. So now I have those in my bank.
Okay, I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna do the whites here, and as we're picking, you can see how the grid is starting to empty, so it makes it harder to pick 3 in a row. Well, there's nothing there, so going across like that is not possible.
All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab these 3.
And I will grab, I think I'll grab these 3. I don't think there's a limitation on pink, is there?
Only if you take 2 at the same time.
Okay,
then you have to give me the scroll. And I can't take these 3, or these 3, or these 3, because they're all gold in between. But you can take up to 3.
Yeah.
So the card that I'm eyeing, what I need, I only have 6. So I still have 4 to gain. So I'm gonna take these 2. Based on the card that I'm eyeing.
I might just actually go for this card. I might just go ahead and buy this card. So that goes, so my 3 whites are gone. I'm going to pull up this one right here. This gives me a crown and a black. It looks black. It still might be chocolate like the base game. I don't know. It's kind of a very dark, coalish looking like color. So this card now comes over, and now I have that as part of my engine so far. I'm generating 1 black.
Right. And I'm going to go ahead and take this card.
Okay.
2 victory points and a crown, a chocolate,
okay.
Black, 2 blues, 2 greens, 2 reds, and a pearl.
Now, if you notice, all of these are going away. These tokens are going away, and they're going into a bag. Yep, right there. We get the little baggie right there. So they go into a bag, and then later on when we do a replenish, we're going to reach into the bag, and you can see the arrows. This is kind of the spiral thing we were talking about, and this is the order on how you have to refill the grid. Yep, so we get another card there.
And the one thing we didn't check, when you buy a card, you have to make sure that if there's an action, you need to resolve that action immediately once you buy it. So neither of our cards that we purchased have an action, but just remember, because that happened to me. I purchased a card and didn't resolve the ability, and he would not let me do it.
I think what I'm going to do is I want to pull a gold. I'm going to reserve a card. I think I'm going to reserve this one right here. So this goes down like this. It does not go part of your engine. It goes face down. This basically kind of sits in your hand. And then that way later on, I can build this whenever I get the required jewels to build it.
I am also gonna reserve, gonna be this one. And then these gold gems are a wild.
And you can use them for any requirement. Okay, so I think I'm gonna pull these two. I keep saying chocolates even though they're black. I don't know what they are. That's it, so I was only able to pull two.
These two. And now we're at a point where, you know, one of us is gonna have to replenish the board at some point.
Well, I'm not gonna do that quite yet. I'm gonna kill these three, my gold and my two chocolates. And I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna grab this one. So this one here grabbed me another crown, and it costs 3 and it generates a red. So now I have a red. Actually, you know what? Give me one of my chocolates back, because this one, this was generating that. Yep. So I get this back because I had this in my bank already. So I overpaid, so I was getting this one back. Are you going to refill?
No, I'm not. I'm gonna do this.
All right, I think I'm gonna use my privilege scroll. I'm gonna pick the green, and then on my main action, I'll pick the blue and the white.
Okay. Well.
So refill or refill? Or reserve, and you're gonna force me to refill.
Wait, what was I gonna do? No, I'm gonna purchase actually. So
Okay.
This gives me a chocolate. I have a red, a green. I'm gonna use my gold, so that now I have a blue. Doesn't give me any victory points, but at least I have a blue now in my engine.
No, you're gonna try to force me to refill?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see about that. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Or you just take the gold.
Or I can just go ahead and buy this, and I think that's what I'm gonna do, because it takes a white, blue, green, and a white, blue, green, and what? And I already have black over here, or chocolate, whatever I keep calling it. So I'm gonna purchase this. I'm gonna overlap it right there, and now I have 2 reds, and I have the dark one there.
And I'm just gonna take this.
And you're gonna reserve something, eh?
Yep. So you can reserve up to 3 cards. I'm gonna reserve this one.
All right. I'll refill this. Let's go ahead and refill the grid.
And then I get a privilege scroll.
Yep. Because I'm not digging the fact that, I don't think I could purchase anything. So we'll dig into here, go ahead and refill the grid in the order of the arrows in the spiral. So
right.
I refilled, you got the scroll privilege, and now I can still take my main action.
Yep.
So what am I going to do with my main action? I think I might go ahead and take these 3 tokens. There we go. Okay, so you're up.
I did not like that. You messed up what I wanted to do, you little punk.
Yes. No, it doesn't have to be okay.
It's all right.
It doesn't have to be
I can still do this. Yep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my privilege to take this green one. Then I'm going to take my 3.
Well, I got to think of what you're trying to buy. I think it's probably
now you can't do anything about it, so.
Then again, I have cards of my own that I kind of want to play. I am going to do this. I'm going to do the green, red, and blue. And I know you're able to buy your card now, but that's okay. I am dominating the blues. Not for long, though.
I'm buying this. I have black already, so I just need 2 whites, 2 greens, and a pearl, which I'm going to use my gold wild. And this lets you wild this. So I'm going to throw this on the blue because blues are highly valuable in buying cards.
So now she's got 2 blues because the wild card counts as a blue again. Okay, so now I definitely have to buy because I'm not going to collect any more gems. So I'm going to go ahead and build this one, I think. So that's a white right there. It's a diamond or a white, and it gives me another turn because it's got the ability of taking another turn. So 2 blues, 2 greens, and a pearl, the lovely pink pearl. Now I get my second turn. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab these.
Punk, why?
Because it's nice.
All right, pivot.
It's splendid, isn't it?
Great. I'm gonna go ahead and reserve a card.
Okay. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and reserve a card as well. And I'll take this one.
Take these.
Yeah, I think I will take the pearl.
And that gives you 10. And I'm not going to refill. I'm going to go straight to buying.
Okay, which one are you buying?
This one. So I have 2 whites, 2 blues, and my gold makes it 3.
You got some pretty good points going so far. You got, what, 4 points? And I have 0. The cool thing about this game is not about the points, because you could win by getting 10 colors the same, or you can win by getting 10 crowns first.
All right, are you really filling the board?
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes,
I'm not. I'm gonna. So this. I have a black.
Gems.
I have 2 reds, 2 blues, and I have this pearl, right? So that gives me enough for this card right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and stack this right on top of this white card. So this is another one of those wild cards that you can put on top of another card to count it as the same color. And then also that one actually gives me 1 victory point as well. So are you going to refill the board?
Yeah, well, I mean...
You have no choice?
All right, I'm going to refill it. Take your scroll.
Yay, I get another scroll.
I'm going to go ahead and do this because I need greens and a blue would be nice.
How many tokens do I have? I have 4, 6, 7, so I can afford to fill up my bank. I might go ahead and just do a reserve, actually. I think I'll pull this gold coin, and I will reserve this one right here.
But I am going to purchase. I'm going to take this one because I have 2 here, 2, and now I get a white.
Okay. How many crowns do you have so far? You have 2.
Only 2.
Okay. So I'm going to build this one. This cost me 4 red and 3 white. I already have 2 whites here, and I'm going to use a gold. And I already have 2 reds, so all I need to do is use 2 reds and 1 gold. That allows me to build this. So I'm going to put that right here. That is now going to contribute to my lovely little engine, my little bank here. So now I have a green to use as well. And this card, after building, also allows me to steal a token from the opponent. And, oh, well, I think I'll just take one of these greens. There we go. But it's not like you're not gonna get stealing later on. I'm pretty sure.
All right.
Why don't you do this?
I'm thinking about that. Just kind of diversify a little bit.
Gives you another one. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab these 3 whites.
I get a scroll for that. Reserve a card. I'm gonna reserve it because I need to build up my engine. I have 3 reserve cards now. I can't reserve anymore, but that's all right. I plan to buy one anyway.
I think I'm gonna go out on a limb. I know it's kind of early, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and refill the board.
Not very many in there, but okay. You made your decision.
I did. There's something specific that I'm hoping.
How many gems do you have too? Got a lot going over there.
And you get another scroll for me doing that.
Yay.
And that is why I did that.
Oh, because you need the reds.
No.
Oh, the gold.
I wanted the gold.
Okay.
And that's why I forced that. I know I gave you another scroll, but...
How many gems do you have? You have 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
And I get the reserve, and I'm going to reserve this one.
Yeah, I'm going to use a scroll to grab the screen. I think I'm going to go ahead and take these to build up my gem collection.
I think I'm going to buy this card right here. So this gives me another white, so it's going to cost me a blue, green, red, and black. So well, I have the green, I have the red, I have the blacks. I just don't have the blue, and that's fine. I will use a gold. And this goes into my lovely stacks of whites.
I'm going to go straight to buying. So I'm going to buy this card. I have white, blue, red, and a chocolate. So now I have a green.
No, I'm going to buy this one right here. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, I can. Because gold counts for a pearl, right? So you have a pearl cost on this down here, and this will give me 3 victory points. And it cost me 4 reds. I'm going to put this up here because it doesn't go toward one of my colors, because this is colorless. So this is one thing that's interesting about this card. It gives 3 victory points, but it has no gems on there. So now I need to spend what? I need to spend 2 red, and I need to spend a gold for the pearl.
I am going to go ahead and buy this card. So this card is 4 green, but I have 1, so I just need 3. And then I have the 3 chocolates. Now I have another blue. And then I get to take a gem from you.
So what are you going to take?
Chocolate.
I'm going to do this. I'm going to do these 3 right here in a row. Come on, you want to refill the grid.
No, I don't.
I know you do.
But what I can do is buy this card. So it's 2 reds, and then I have 3 chocolates. So now I've got 4 blues.
See how many tokens I have here. 3, 6, 8. So the most I can grab is 2, but I cannot grab 2 in a row because they're not touching. They're by themselves. So I think I might do that because I use a scroll here and then take this other one.
Oh yeah, I mean I have no option. I have to
refill that grid and give me a lovely scroll back.
Go ahead, take your scroll.
That's it? Really?
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my scroll to pick up a green, and to give the most effery, I'm gonna take this one. So that was my scroll option. So now I take my main action. I'm gonna purchase a card. I'm gonna take this one because I have 5 blues and 2 greens, and now I've got 3 diamonds.
That is nice. Very nice.
With my engine.
That's 2 reds, 2 chocolates. Oh yeah.
And you got the pearls.
So all I need is a green, and all I need is a chocolate. I already have the 2 reds and a pearl. Yep, you're right. It's only 3. It only cost me 3 to grab this one.
And now you have your 3 crowns, right?
Yep. So this gives me 2 victory points. It also gives me a crown. And I can put this on top of my white. So now I have 4 whites right there. And I can grab one of these. And you know what? I'm going to grab this one.
To take another turn, yeah.
So I can take another turn. So this noble is going to say, go ahead and grab your second turn. And now on this turn, let's see how many I got. I get this. I think I'm just going to reserve. I think I'm going to do this. Reserve. Take this one right here. And then we'll go ahead and flip that over.
I am also going to reserve.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and build a card or purchase a card, however you want to. It's going to cost me these 4 as white and then these 4 as white in my bank. I already have. So it only cost me 4 whites. And I am going to play this card right here that gives me 6 victory points because it costs 8 whites to build. And if you notice, it's colorless. But it still gives me 6 victory points. And
How many victory points do you have now?
And I think that takes me over the 10. So
but it's 10 in one color. You don't have that, so you need 20.
Oh, I need 20 victory points. You're right. So I have right now. Okay, so right now I have 9.
11.
Well, this was another one. So I got 14. No, sorry. Wait, no.
9.
So 11 plus 4.
11, yeah. I
got 15.
15. I don't have any scrolls to use. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this, which I got my 4 whites and my. So that now gives me my 3 crowns that I need. Mm-hmm. Now where do I put this?
And then I think this is when the engines are going to start firing off.
I'm gonna do this on a green.
Because we're getting closer toward the end. It's going to be pow, pow, pow.
So I could take the 3, gives me more points, but these other ones have abilities.
What, are you trying to steal one?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna take this one.
Oh, you're going to take him because he'll give you a steal. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna take your pearl.
Yeah. Okay. Yay. I'm going to go ahead and build one. This one right here cost me 5 whites. Actually, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that because I have 4 whites only. I don't have 5 in my engine. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, then I'm going to do the only thing I can do right now. I'm going to reserve one. I think I'm going to reserve this one right up here. Okay, you're up.
Take these 3.
I'm going to go ahead and build that card I was trying to build before. It's going to give me 2 chocolates, and it's... So I get to spend 2 blues. I can't believe I have no blue production in my bank. And then I have to use a gold for my white because I only have 4 whites. Gives me another victory point, so now I'm at 16, I think.
So I'm gonna do this. I have the 4 blues. Just need to do 2 reds, and you only have 1 gem.
But this is a white, right?
Oh, sorry.
So you're gonna put that over here.
Yeah, and you only have 1 thing that I can steal.
You're like a thief now. You're stealing everything I've got. Why does everything require a pearl right now? Everything on the board is just pearl, pearl, pearl. I think I'm just gonna grab two tokens. And that's all I can do right now.
I can't really buy anything that I want, so I'm just gonna do that.
Okay, I think I'm gonna give you a scroll. Let's go ahead and refill the board. I am going to grab. I need these 2 greens badly, and I can't grab them both at the same time and get 3 tokens, unfortunately. Wish I could.
I'll do these 3.
Okay. I'm going to reserve. So I'm going to pull this gold, and then I will reserve this one.
I am going to go ahead and buy this. 2 blues and a pearl. I'm going to throw that on my greens. I just need 1 more crown to get another royal. Okay,
I am going to build this card right here. This is going to give me a victory point and 2 blues. I need blues in my engine, so I'm going to end up spending all of this green and gold to build this. So now I've got a blue in my engine and another victory point. So now I'm at 17 victory points. You always seem to have like a lot of the same colors build up every time we play. I thought you were going to like heavy stack blue there. I wonder how you can actually win with the 10 of the same colors.
I got close last time, right? Pretty sure I got close.
But it's very difficult to do 10.
I think I had like a lot of reds.
It's difficult to do 10 of the same cards though. You have to really... I mean, it's an interesting twist, but it's just like, how can you do that? 'Cause every card requires other gems.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna go ahead, buy this.
Okay.
So I have the 2 blues, I have 4 yellows, the greens, and oops, sorry, and the pearl, and then that gives me the ability to grab a scroll.
Why can't you be so... Oh, but look, that fits right in your wheelhouse. Because you got 4 blues, and all you need is another 2, which shouldn't be too hard.
Especially with my scrolls.
Yeah, especially with your
Well, I
scrolls.
don't have the pearl anymore, though.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I could always just reserve that now and get it off the board. But it doesn't do me any good to do that. It doesn't help me out. I think I'm going to reserve. I'm not going to reserve that one. That doesn't help me. I mean, I could reserve that, take that off, and hope you screw you. But do I really want to do that? No, I think I'm going to go for this instead.
Since you have no desire to reserve it, I don't need to worry about that going away.
But I could take another gold coin, the last one on the board, off to reserve something else.
I'm going to go ahead and use one of my scrolls to take a blue. And then I'm going to take these 3. Get another blue.
I think I'm going to buy this.
Okay.
This cost me 2 red, 4 chalks. I already have 3 chalks. This is my 4th chocolate. I already have the 2 reds. And I'm going to use my gold for the pearl. So that takes care of that. So now I'm at 19 victory points. I'm knocking on Splendor Duel's door. Oh, and the nice thing is, this ability allows me to grab a scroll. So now I have 2 scrolls.
Unfortunately, there's no pearls on the board.
And there's no scrolls. And I believe if you do something to get scrolls and there's no scrolls available, you're tough. You're just
That's
SOL.
what I'm thinking. I can refill, use my scroll for that pearl, and then buy that card.
But I think the optional is you either refill or use a scroll. I don't think you can do them both.
You can do them both. One, none, or both of the optional actions. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay, so you're gonna refill and give me a scroll, but there are no scrolls.
And I know there's a pearl in here.
Okay.
And I need that pearl to buy that 5 card.
I think the board kind of went in my favor there on the refill.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna take one of these pearls, you said, because you need the 5, right?
So I'm gonna use a scroll. Grab a pearl. Not that it makes any difference.
Okay.
And then, so those are my optional actions. And then I'm gonna go ahead, of course, purchase this.
Okay.
That.
All right. And then I'll go ahead and just refill that.
And you can't buy anything, so.
I cannot.
I'm alive for one more round, but I still got 17.
But I'm gonna end up grabbing these. There you go.
And that's, okay, I thought that was the same color for a second. I need to find 3 points.
You're only behind by 3, that's it?
I have 17.
Wow, that was a good purchase then.
And unfortunately, this 3, I'm off by a pearl.
That would have been perfect for you. That would have been so perfect.
And there's no way we can make wilds, right?
Nope.
So unfortunately, with what I have, I guess it's the pearls, which is what we discovered when we first played this game. When you get to this point, everything of value has pearls.
And that's why they're so valuable. That's why there's only 2 of them. I think there's only 2 of them in the entire game, right?
And then I'm off by 2 greens here, and I have reds, but I don't have enough in my engine. And then here, again, off by a pearl. But are you able to buy? Yeah, you got enough in your engine. You can probably buy something. And I went first. Oh, no, game end. It's game end.
Yeah.
No, dang it. Off
You were
by
so close. You were so close.
2 greens.
You were so close.
No, I need this one because then I could get my second noble. I needed a crown, one with a crown, but again, 2 greens and a pearl. Since this is the last turn, I might as well.
You might as well get some decent points. And
the only thing I can do is pick this one up. Dang it.
I know you're looking at the whole thing. You're like, is there a way? Is there a way?
I just need a crown. 1 crown. But that pearl, like here was my ticket, and I don't have a scroll to get the pearl. On the off chance that you can't do anything, I'm going to go ahead and reserve this.
Just in case I can't buy.
Yeah, which you probably can.
But you know I'm going to buy something.
Yeah.
Now. So I'm going to hit right 20 exact, basically.
And this would have taken me over 20.
Because I'm going to spend my 2 greens, and this is another black, and there you go. 20 points. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, if I had one more turn, could have gotten my 6th crown, grabbed a noble, and...
But that was really, really, really close. Because the last couple times we played before, I think I may have beaten you by like 3 or 4 points or whatever it is. But this one, you were within...
3.
Well, within 1 if you factor...
1 turn, yeah.
Yeah. Within
1 gem.
Yeah.
1 gem, a pearl.
Do you like this better than the base game of Splendor?
I think I do, but truth be told, I was not really in gaming mode when we played Splendor before. And we've had a lot of people in the house, and it was just... after a few drinks and just kind of was like, whatever. I do think I like this one better. I do like the board versus having just the stacks, because then you can just, you just pick them. And so, yeah, I do think I like, and the abilities also make it interesting. The crowns plus the abilities is another reason why I like this.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to say. I like the 3 conditions as I destroy the board here. I love the 3 conditions for winning: the 20 points, the 10 crowns, or the 10 of the same color. And I kind of wish, and when you mix in the abilities, I kind of think this is definitely better than the base game of Splendor. And I kind of wish that they had this
in multiplayer.
That's
the only problem. That's what I was gonna say. The downside is you can only play this with 2 players.
Yeah, and if so, I think it would be really cool if you could end up playing this with like 4 or 5 people. I mean, especially with the stealing. I don't know if if it would throw off the game balance, and maybe that's why they can't do it with more people than just the 2. I feel like they made this specifically for the dueling aspect.
Yeah, stealing and
yeah, but it's a little bit more focused because of that. Because it's just a one-on-one. But if they were able to actually expand this to more of a multiplayer, I think it would be really fun. It would probably get to the point where I would be like, I don't want to play the base game of Splendor. I just want to play this in multiplayer.
Yeah, and I think another reason, I mentioned like the regular one has like the stacks, but I like the board on this because you can only pick up what's next to each other versus picking whatever you want. So again, we've been playing a lot of games lately with a little bit of luck to it. And I find that those games are more enjoyable because, everything cannot be controlled. Yes, in traditional Splendor, you can't control what other gems other people are going to pick up, but you can at least kind of plan your attack. Whereas here, like if you refill the board and you want a certain 3 and they don't land next to each other, like you're kind of not going to go down the right path. So I do like that kind of takes that element out of the game. And
Splendor Duel, I definitely recommend from us. The one thing that I will say about this game, I feel, I don't know what is board games. I feel like board games have gotten really expensive, and I feel like the price for this, I believe, is in the 30s, mid to higher 30s. I kind of wish it was like $20. And I don't know what the price is now because I haven't looked online right now. I don't know if it's still up in the 30s or whatever, but I wish it was a little lower on the price point. I mean, it may have dropped by now, who knows? But I know when it first came out and I picked this up, it was right around there. But that's it, Splendor Duel, guys, and we will see you guys later. Bye.